EA is going to be shutting down Battlefield, and it's kind of coming in as a huge surprise to a lot of people, but it seems like it makes a bit of sense because it all just kind of adds up because it's old hardware. So they're going to be shutting it down for Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield Hardline specifically, and that does sound scary, right? I mean, like, all these great games are going to go away, but it's going to be for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline are going to be going away on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense that it would end on those because those are just ancient products at this point. But it does kind of hit you in the feels because the last best Battlefields were those three. I mean, a lot of people would argue that Battlefield Hardline wasn't the greatest Battlefield, but we didn't know how good we had it back then. Let's be honest. Like, our biggest argument when Hardline came out was this should have been a DLC for Battlefield 4, which I kind of do agree, but it was just using the similar engine, so it looked very similar and all that, and we were kind of having it too good at that time. I mean, we had a bunch of great games, and now we have Battlefield 2042, which we're not going to really talk about. But I think you guys understand where I'm going with this because Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline were probably one of the best games we've ever had, and Hardline didn't get enough light that it should have. And heck, even if they actually did make it a DLC or mod for Battlefield 4, it would have done really well. I honestly think it would have done really well. But at the end of the day, knowing that these games are going out the window, and the next step is that they might actually fully get shut down, because honestly, the next one on the list is Battlefield 3. So hear me out on this. Bad Company 2 a couple of months ago got shut down. We're talking everything. Doesn't matter whether it's PlayStation 3 or PC or not. All of the support and servers that they allowed for Bad Company 2 got shut down. And if we look through the trend of games of what's next, it's Battlefield 3. So Battlefield 3 is the next one to fully get shut down, including servers and everything. So I'm assuming this may happen after the next new Battlefield comes out in 2025, and we're going to be playing the new Battlefield maybe a year or so within there. They're going to say, hey, we're stopping support for Battlefield 3, which this all kind of makes me wonder that maybe this next Battlefield is going to be a modern era of the best Battlefield we've played, which is like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Honestly, those were the best. So ultimately, I just really hope that EA focuses on what we want and need. And I just wanted to get this video out to let you guys know that it's going away on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Kind of makes sense. I mean, who owns those anymore? Who plays on those anymore? Does anybody? I mean, if you do, let me know in the comments if you still play Battlefield 3, 4, or Hardline on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. I'm actually really curious. So again, it does make sense they're shutting that down, but it does become worrisome because you know what's next. And I really don't want to see Battlefield end off being killed off completely like Medal of Honor, which was a great series of games, because the recent ones didn't do too well. So hopefully this next Battlefield is good. We'll see. It seems like they've got a lot of good teams working on it. I haven't heard any new leaks or whatnot on what's going on with it. As far as I know, it's most likely modern era, and it's gonna probably be the Cold War. I'm assuming it's at the end of the day, there's a lot of speculation, and all I know is that it's gonna be more like Battlefield 3, 4, and give us the good feels of maybe even what Battlefield 1 had, where it gave you that cinematic feel and the nitty-gritty war feel. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.